everyone, it's Ayana from Ayana's Creations. For those that follow my blog, you may recall one of my most recent videos where I gave you guys a tour of my craft space. Specifically, I showed you guys my work box that came from the company, theoriginalscrapbox.com. Well, today I happen to have another piece from that same company, and I'm going to be sharing with you exactly what it is and how I've been using it for the past month or so. I really have been enjoying it, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. Okay, so this right here is what's called the worktop. Basically what the worktop is this rectangular piece that has 3 drawers, 2 larger ones on each side, and then it has this skinnier one in the center. Right now I just have it sitting on top of this wooden square table, but basically what the worktop is it can transform any flat surface that you might have into a craft workstation or a desk. Now, one of the first things you may have noticed about the worktop is the fact that the entire top of it is clear. This is called plexiglass. If you're not familiar with what plexiglass is, it's a glass that's sort of like plastic. It won't shatter to pieces if it's dropped like ordinary glass, and it's extremely, extremely clear. As you can see, you're able to view everything that's stored in the worktop, and instead of searching throughout a drawer to find an item, you can easily locate it and then just go directly to it. Another quick thing that I just want to point out is that you don't have to be super careful or worry too much about putting your hands on the plexiglass or when your kids come to touch it. The plexiglass really doesn't pick up fingerprints the way that regular glass would. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you're able to put this worktop on top of any flat surface that you might have, and you can do anything you would do on any other regular surface. You can color, you can stamp, you can draw, you can write, you can do anything. The only thing I would recommend not doing is cutting directly on the surface. Just as you would protect any other desk or workspace, you want to use a cutting mat if you plan to use an X-Acto knife or any sort of blade, just so that you don't get any scratches or ruin the top of it. Now I want to show you just how much the worktop can hold. As you can see, there's quite a lot of stuff in here. Just to point out a few things, I have a bunch of wood block stamps here. We all know that wood blocks take up the most space, and here I just have a few of my favorite wood block stamps from Danami Design, and I can lay them each flat. I can also store some paper packs. I have some mat stacks, and I have some 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper here, along with some cards. I have twine here. Here I just have some markers, some rhinestones. I have some adhesives, some tape runners, some scissors, some stickles that lie flat. So there's plenty of room for little tools, there's plenty of room for bigger stamps, there's plenty of rooms for paper. Here, as you can see, I have quite a few sets of cling stamps and clear stamps. I have the EK Success punches, and I lay them flat. I have some small ink pads, and I have some larger ink pads, which I have here stored one on top of another. And then I have a paper trimmer and also another smaller ink pad. So it definitely does hold a lot. So I wanted to give you guys a closer look at inside the drawer and how you can customize the spacing. Now, as you can see right now, in this particular drawer, I have 4 different sections. I have the stamp pads, I have the paper punches, and also the stamp sets. But let's say I wanted more room for something larger or longer. I can easily customize it by taking out the wood pieces in between. And if I wanted to add something such as paper that was longer, I can do that now. And if I wanted even more space, I could take out the other pieces of wood and add even longer objects. Another fun feature to point out about the worktop is the fact that the drawers not only open from one end, but they open from both ends. Now you might be asking yourself why this would be useful, and I know it's a bit hard to visualize being that this table is so small, but if you happen to have a longer table, or maybe you teach classes, or you have a bunch of crop parties, or you craft with a lot of friends, it would be a fun idea to place one of these worktops in the middle of the table, and that way everybody from both ends has access to what's inside. They don't have to reach over, they don't have to bother anybody to pass them anything. They can just easily view what they want, they can grab it from either side, and they can still work in their individual space. Okay, so lastly, I just want to share with you guys one of the main ways that I've been using the worktop lately in my own personal life, and perhaps most of you can relate. There are often times when maybe it's your husband, your boyfriend, your children, whoever, will ask you to join them in the living room to watch a movie or a TV show, or maybe just keep them company. And lots of times you might want to, but at the same time you're working on a craft project and you just don't want to stop yet. You're really into whatever project it is that you're working on. Maybe it's a challenge or a DT assignment. That happens to me a lot, and with the worktop, it's actually allowed me to kind of have the best of both worlds. I simply just pack up all my stuff or the necessities that I need for that particular project and bring it over to the living room, and I'm able to watch a TV show or enjoy a movie while I'm still working on my project. Okay, so here's basically just the setup that I was talking about earlier. Right now my worktop is sitting on top of my ottoman in my living room. It doesn't necessarily have to be an ottoman that I can sit on. It can sit on a coffee table. It can even sit on the floor. I understand that this setup may not be ideal or even comfortable for everybody, but it's just something that I like to do with my worktop, and it works for me, and it makes my crafting experience a bit more comfortable when it comes time to watching movies, watching TV shows, anything like that. I usually work on a different surface like this. Usually I'm just stamping something and doing a lot of coloring, but it's nice to have access to certain supplies at arm's length. I can reach for some more embellishments that I want on my project, or just have things out in the open like this. Like I said, this may or may not work for you, but it's something that I like to do, so I wanted to share it with you guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and I hope that you got more of an insight and more details on what the worktop is all about. If you have any questions, like always, feel free to leave them in the comment sections or write me an email and I'll be sure to respond. Thanks so much for watching.